This is already in Framestore or in
In
Method
Method.
Studios?
On Method, yeah. When I was working on Method, they gave me this small asset that was just one of these um, columns.
Okay.
And yeah, and since I started using working on this asset, they gave me another column and they gave another one and they started giving me like the floor. When I saw it, I did everything there is in the shot.
Oh, that's so cool. So most of the stuff on the
Yeah,
background here.
everything that you see that it's gold and marble, black marble, and all textured by me.
That's
And
crazy, man. Look at
yeah,
that. Hello, my friend, and welcome to another TPaulino podcast. And today I speak with my friend and colleague from Vancouver Film School, Daniel Luna. Daniel had an interesting trajectory coming out of school and fighting all the way until he got his first job opportunity here in the visual effects industry. It wasn't easy though. He had to work in all sorts of jobs, fight for his visa, and improve his portfolio until he landed his first opportunity. He's currently a texture artist in Framestore, and he has worked in blockbusters such as Thor: Love and Thunder, which is currently a huge piece on his portfolio. And it's interesting to see how he evolved from the work pieces that he got in Vancouver Film School all the way into getting movie shots in his portfolio. Without further ado, here's the conversation. And enjoy it. All right, man. Finally, now in English. So, all right. So basically, we studied in Vancouver Film School for 3D animation and visual effects. It's been already almost a decade. It feels, but it's almost
it feels like that.
but it's like nearly 5 years now.
Yep.
And here we are after all this time. And thanks for everything, by the way. I want to leave it in record. It's been a long journey together. You helped me a lot all the way.
The job was totally mine. having you here, like around is amazing. Like,
Awesome, man. And so, what was the thing that brought you here in the first place? What was like your mindset at the time? Your talents? What were you like involved with artistically? Well, how did you get to this conclusion that coming to Canada and going to study in Vancouver Film School was the right choice at that moment?
Yeah, when I was at Brazil, I was working with advertising design, and there was always this glamour of working on films, like this future films.
Yeah.
And VFX industry was like something that it looks like impossible to everyone.
Yeah.
In Brazil, and when I searched a little bit more, was like it didn't look so much further than what we could do, you know. But
price wise, you mean?
yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I mean price wise, and we people that come from Brazil, we are already used to break whatever we need to build whatever they give to us as a task, you know.
Yeah.
So when I saw it that it was possible and there wasn't something that this is
unachievable, right?
I was like, I'm gonna do it. It's like,
it's
something that I want to achieve in my life, you know.
Yeah.
Like work in a feature film and establish my name in the industry.
And you were already studying 3D before that.
Oh yeah, in Brazil I got like a basic at the time. We didn't have too much any online tutorial. Was like basic, was more but I could find some online stuff, and what I did was I gathered some information from people that was already studying it.
Yeah.
And I studied by myself.
Yeah.
Till I get like the basics at least.
Yeah.
Before coming to Canada.
Because you needed some sort of portfolio to apply to Vancouver Film School.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. At the time, I had a bunch of time to study it, so I created like a really rough portfolio with some human anatomy studies and some hard surface modeling. And when I applied to Vancouver Film School, they like it and they gave me some discounts on their
Oh, look at
tuition.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
great. I wasn't gonna be able to afford because at the time, it's still now is a little bit expensive.
Yeah.
But
Oh, now even more, I
yeah,
guess.
yeah.
Now that the conversion of the dollar is killing folks.
Oh, for sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
And after that, I applied, and they said that it was okay with me with the portfolio, with my profile. I was like working fine. I could pay for it, and yeah, we came for here.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got here, got to find a house to live, all of that
Oh
journey,
my god.
and the full Vancouver Film School experience.
Yeah, all this process was like
Exhausting.
stressful,
Yeah.
exhausting.
Yeah, yeah.
Everything was exhausting. Everything was stressful to find where I live to live here it's impossible.
Yeah.
To build a career here, find whatever we need to focus on study.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like complicated.
Yeah, I remember getting here and like being literally homeless, going to the hostel. Yeah,
Yes.
and then after that, we finally found everything, started our lives here. But it was indeed a very stressful period of our lives, but it was also very exciting, right? Like everything new and felt like restart in life. But, and also a lot of risk involved with like how much money we were investing, and just the entire thing was a huge unknown. They usually said to us, or like at least when they're trying to sell the course, they're telling us that there is a tangible opportunity to get a job, but we know it's not that easy, right?
No, not at all. It's like very far from
reality, right?
Yeah.
In many levels.
Exactly. Yeah. When we got here, I was like totally thinking that was gonna be straightforward, like studying, doing your best, and even with it would be like straightly from there to a job, and
it wasn't really that. There's other factors, right? Yeah. So I think even this is interesting information, because maybe the idea that coming here is it's great. The 1 year we spent was great, but it really is a risky maneuver.
Yeah. It was a great experience working there, and studying and working with everyone together.
Yeah. So tell me about the year in VFS. How was it for you? All the stages, and what did you experience?
It was great. We met so many great people.
Yeah.
And people, really interesting people that unfortunately they couldn't be able to stay here in Canada. But I think from 36 people, I think 10 people who stayed here in Canada. Yeah,
some came back after, but stayed at the time. I think only the both of us, I guess.
Yeah, both of us. I think there was some people that went to Montreal. And
there was people that were Canadian, right?
And they were the Canadians.
They were the Canadians.
They were like unicorn on our course.
Yeah. A few of them compared to the amount of foreigners. And then, and how about the types of activities we did at VFS? What did you like? What made your art improve the most?
Oh, for sure. We had like a bunch of good teachers. They were like some of them were very inspiring people.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember we had some modelers and textiles. They for me, in my case, that it was your focus. I wanted to focus. And they were like pretty nice people. They showed up. They gave like the effort of staying even after school, like helping us to achieve whatever we needed. Yeah. And it was we had like some really nice class, like the art class, the sculpting class was fun, right? Art
sculpting class, and then the live drawing classes.
Live drawings, it was pretty cool.
There was
the classes there was they started even with the basic of everything, and they built like because it was like a very very eclectic people there, right? There was people there who knew a little bit, like me.
Yeah.
There was people that
Completely
knew
new.
a lot, like you.
Oh, and they had prior experience. There are those people that had a lot of experience.
For sure. There was people
Yeah.
that was already working on this on their country, and they came here.
Yeah.
And
that's what like just perfecting the craft
Yeah.
essentially. But there was also a lot of people that were just in the very beginning.
yeah, they
didn't know anything. Yeah, anything.
And that was like, and they made this contrast.
Yeah.
So was great. We met a lot of great people that.
Yeah, and Vancouver Film School has a like. I was speaking to Vinicius Favre. We spoke about this
Yeah.
before last week, and he came from Think Tank,
Mhm.
and Think Tank has this approach of like less students on each class,
Mhm.
and Vancouver Film School has this approach of like having 30 something students. Although that was prior to the COVID, right? So
Yeah.
we were, I don't know. After that, maybe they got a little less students, but.
Mhm.
But at the time, it was 30 something students
Yeah.
in our
The
in our
classes
class,
was
right?
like very, very full.
Yeah, and we got like from the beginning, like Maya, everything, right?
Yep. I think it covers everything, so they can help you like from. It's great because some people, for example, if you go to Think Tank, sometimes people go there and they just learn whatever software that is directly from there, and they don't understand like the other departments.
Yeah,
And what we did was we learned all the departments,
yeah,
everything, and from there you could be able to focus on the last terms. Like, look, you can go from here. If you want to go this way, okay, let's find a mentor for you, and you're gonna follow these steps.
yeah,
And while I think in a think tank, it's great because they target, like, they put you already in your target, like from the beginning to the end.
yeah,
But I think VFS, they have like a great idea of having you like prepared to everything.
yeah. Keeping you more open, right? Different approach, and
Yeah.
both of them.
I don't
yeah,
know. Maybe it's not better or worse. It's just a
Yeah,
different
just a
approach.
different approach for sure. Because both of them are putting people on the market, and as we were speaking before, like a lot of the effort must come from the student.
Oh, for sure.
There's no such a thing as the
No.
best courses, the best students that prevail, right?
Yeah, no, you're gonna see great students in VFS. You're gonna see great students in Think Tank. You're gonna see bad students
In both of them. Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
This is everything that comes from the student.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to achieve whatever they want using the tools they have on their hands. So
And speaking about this, tell me how much time did you spend daily on Vancouver Film School?
oh my god, man, we study Monday to Monday,
Monday to Monday,
9 a.m. to midnight
9 a.m. to midnight.
Yeah.
For how long?
for 1 year.
For 1 year, right?
Full year, non-stopping, weekends,
Yeah.
everything, holidays. But I think there was some holidays that we weren't able to stay at the school because they closed
closed
the
it.
school.
And then we were obligated to
To-
meet a little bit of
Yeah.
Vancouver and like get to know life a little bit.
Exactly, but it was like I got like I got lucky because I found an apartment that was less than a block from the
Yeah.
place. That was like it was really tiny studio, and at the time was a little bit affordable. It was like $1,000, I think. And
Yeah.
wasn't great, but I was there just to sleep.
Man, and
I didn't care, right?
yeah, and also you saved a lot of money on the time.
For sure. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever we could save at this time that we weren't able to work, because at the time Vancouver Film School, they didn't give us like any option of working after school.
Yeah.
And
Still
we
don't.
didn't have time. Even if we were able, like visa wise, was
Yeah.
but, we didn't have any time for that.
Yeah, and we've been through it all. Like, and it's funny because when you come from Brazil and Vancouver Film School, it's the whole shock of like getting to a country where there's a strong winter, and then you have everything is like different, right?
Yeah, you still have a little bit of winter, right? Like a little bit of cold, but
Yeah.
me that I am coming from Recife,
Yes.
that it's
Yeah.
like there is like two type of weather there. It's like hot and really
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 hot.
hot.
This desert,
Yeah.
70 degrees hot. No, it's not 7, but 40 something.
It's around there, like
Yeah.
from 30 and 40. It's
30
like
and 40 degrees.
really complicated weather. It's like really humid
Yeah,
weather where you are always sweating.
true.
It's complicated. At least
Yeah.
we have some beach that we can go and
And enjoy a little
enjoy
bit. And yeah, and so after that, then I think let's push the portfolio part for when you get into the industry, because there's still talk to like until you got to the industry. Tell me how you like to, like, where would you like to start from this journey to get into the industry after,
Sure.
or how you got to the portfolio as well,
Mhm.
like the portfolio you had in Vancouver Film School, because also there's the whole thing, the choices that you made with like doing the group project and doing a shot, and how that turned out, and you go how you want.
Sure. So when I was at Vancouver Film School, I saw that we wanted to, at the end, we wanted to show something to the studios, that we were able to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah.
And I thought that having a collaboration with some friends that was working with me at the time on the study at the Vancouver Film School was something that would be bringing something more.
Yeah.
And so I gathered with a couple of friends, John and
Marco
Marco
Lupiano.
Lupiano, our friend.
Salve to Marco Lupiano. Yeah.
And John, our Canadian.
Yeah, our Canadian friend that nobody knows where he is now.
Yeah, I have to find this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
He's a really nice guy, but I don't know where he is right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got it together with him and these two guys, and we did everything from designing, modeling, storyboard.
Yeah.
The story, all the lighting, all the rigging, animation, fixing animation, compositing, and everything. We did all together, and it was fun. It was stressful a lot, because what we did was something that no one understood. Was even no one thought it would be even capable of. We were gonna be capable to doing that, because time wise was a really short term. It was like, we had like 3 months to do everything, from starting the idea, we gathering together, starting the idea, modeling, texturing, rigging, animation, and composing. Doing everything in 3 months was crazy.
Yeah.
And we did it, but I don't know how.
Yeah.
I think we didn't sleep too much.
Yeah.
And we did like a very short movie. Not talking about a story about a king that is gonna be overthrown.
Yeah.
And we gathered to everything was together. We got the idea together. We did the storyboard. Every time we did everyone do a storyboard, we would fix it and gather together to discuss it, and was pretty cool. Like I think at the end we got something, or achieved something was pretty amazing for the time that we had. Of course, at the end we always wanted something better.
Could always be better, but
even we wanted more time to do it. VFS was no, you can't touch it anymore.
Yeah, it's like
it was
deliver.
it was a little bit painful to let it go of the project, because we knew it that we could do it like better, and we didn't. We weren't able to do it because VFS just closed the doors for after the end of the term.
Oh yeah, you couldn't continue to work, right? Yeah, that was a bummer.
Yeah, that's it. After the VFS, I thought was gonna be like really straightforward, was from studying, having, and going to work.
Yeah.
On the industry, but no, it was pretty hard. We still needed to find a visa for that. And since we didn't have the visa to work on, there wasn't any studio available to give us any. What's the name of the visa? Was the
Work permit, huh?
the work permit? But there's
Post graduation work
one,
permit.
yeah. The post graduation it would be if VFS give us the permit, right? But there was a visa that the studios pay for you to stay here.
Like sponsorship.
The sponsorship.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't have any. They weren't able to do it at the time because, of course, we were like beginners.
Yeah.
No one wanted to sponsor a rookie.
Yeah.
And the studies were like close to these positions at the time.
Yeah. And so we basically finished the demo reel, presented it, got all the files that we could get, left the school, and we were in our own. Basically, we had to fight for our own survival. And then we have, I don't know how many months to stay before we had to go.
It was 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months. Yeah,
So it was 3 months of life or death. We
Exactly.
had to figure it out in 3 months. Man, I remember feeling like the rope was around the neck. You know, we're like, God damn.
Oh my God!
Man.
You just have 3 months, and now 2 months, and never gonna get. We were like at the time, I think it was really hard to find a job here
Yeah.
in the industry.
Yeah, it was the thing is, well, how was it to find a job without a visa?
So after that, I got lucky because I was married and my wife was started studying at BCIT.
Yeah.
And
So that was the only option you had.
yeah, it was
Because
the only
you
option.
applied for a bunch of places and
I applied for everywhere, and they were like, we can't sponsor right now, and if you do, and it's gonna be for senior positions.
yeah.
And from there, we just saw at the end was we didn't have any option. Was like, okay, let's put my wife to study at BCIT, and with that, we were gonna be able to find a job, right?
Yeah.
And when we did that, I don't know if everyone knows this, but at the end of the year, all the studios don't get any project. They got stuck. I don't know. Maybe gaming they get more project. They never stopped, right?
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 At the time, I didn't know that. Yeah, but at the end of the year, indeed, it dries up. Really,
you never thought about it. It's like at the end of the year, they don't have projects, so that's why like it was so hard to find
any opportunity. Yeah.
And even though I was like every day applying and trying to get contact with more recruiters on LinkedIn, and still at the time they didn't have any project. They were hiring, and even though they would be like hiring senior positions because it was gonna be like for sponsor.
Yeah.
And while I was here, I was doing another projects by myself, personal projects.
Yeah.
I did a couple of them where I was gonna be able to show more skill set, because on the school what I did was did a character, I did environment and all the process, but I wanted to focus on my modeling and texture skills at the time. And I did as possible as I could on the school, but I knew that it was okay. I need to have more experience doing another type of projects, a specific project that was targeting to studios. And after studying a lot, I saw that people were like looking for more to specific hard surface people and texture artists that could know modeling a little bit. Yeah,
so this is interesting information, because when you get out of school, we had in our minds that like being a character artist was gonna just come easily, and that doesn't seem to be the case right after.
No. After school, I realized that wasn't something that what I wanted to do. It was more like what the studio wanted. So you have to change a little bit, work as a chameleon. To
as a comedian. No,
a comedian.
almost like almost like that.
It was fun.
No, as a chameleon, you said.
Yeah, chameleon was interesting because I was able to do more different stuff that I wanted to do it, but was afraid of people in the studio didn't like it.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that, I focus on doing what exactly the studio wants.
Yeah.
They want this type of assets, this type of showing, this type of breakdown, you know. They don't want this crazy lining. They want this HDMI.
Yeah, objective thing.
HDI. It's
Like kind of look dev approach
exactly.
to
Exactly.
be able
some
to see.
Macbeth chart there and
Yeah. Just to have that, like, be able to see the asset and
exactly. They don't want like a crazy shot there and explosions on the back. No.
Okay.
They want to, in my case, they want to see in a text artist, they want to see in an asset working in the environment and the lining, doing a turntable.
Yeah. So then, after how long did you get the first opportunity?
So after 4 months, 3-4 months of working in personal projects and working in all kind of stuff.
Yeah, surviving.
Surviving.
Yeah.
I did my first gig was as a character artist in a really small studio called Disruptive Publishers.
Cool.
They were like really amazing people.
Yeah.
Owner, lead, subs they were like pretty nice people. They were working, creating at the time. They were creating some content for another site called DAS.
DAS Studios.
Yeah, exactly. They wanted to create as much. They wanted us to create more realistic as possible to give like a differential from wherever they had on their website.
Yeah.
So they can change from say, hey, you want something different? You have to follow this client here. That was the studio that I was working on.
Yeah. So you were basically have a visitor here from outer space, but so you were working with them to create assets and to sell it on like a marketplace that they were then making money out of that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and
cool.
After that, I still was working. Regular hours, and still after that, I would be going home and doing my personal projects.
But did you get to learn stuff on this opportunity?
Oh, for sure. Working in an environment like in a real studio environment, while still from working from the studio.
Yeah.
No one was working from home at the time.
Yeah, this was prior to pandemics. I don't know if we can say the word, but but we all know what happened. So. Exactly. It was prior to the gigantic bomb. Yeah.
Well, actually, at the time when I was working there, when everything happened, and everyone started working from home, and was very, very hard, but it was different. I don't know. Everyone started working from home. Was kind of at the time I was like, oh my god, I want to work from the studio and meet a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
And when it started, okay, you have to work from home. I was like, what? It's okay, but it worked. And now we are pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
No more commuting, you know.
Yeah, for after that it was really good indeed. Yeah, indeed, the whole dream of or like the whole status of working on the studio and the thing that we imagined, it changed a lot. But indeed, as a family guy that has to take care of stuff, it ends up being easier to just work from home, and at some point you want to enjoy a little bit of life as well, because working from the studio you get to know a lot of people, but it's also every day it's you know, it's good to do it once in a while, but every day.
Yeah,
I don't know if you cannot even say that too loud, because it might be going away soon, right? We don't know about that.
True, we don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. Right?
Yeah, let's hope we can stay a little bit more on this situation. But
I like the idea of choosing.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to work today in the studio? Go for it.
Yeah, like a hybrid situation, right? Yeah.
Whenever you want it. It's like I was really happy at when I was able to choose, I still can. Right now, it's because my daughter I'm in a position that I have
You
to
need
take
to
care of
take
my
care of-
daughter
yeah.
after work, and going to work would be like almost impossible.
Yeah.
Commuting and getting on
True.
time to take care of her. But yeah, but well, having the chance of choosing is the best option.
It's the best option for
Yeah,
sure.
because if I have the option, I'll be going there at least once a week
Yeah.
and enjoying our colleagues and the time that we have around and gather to change some information about new stuff. I think the idea of having everyone together, it gives you like more fast ideas around, and people can talk more about life and stuff than you going on
Yeah. Every
a
day.
chat. Hey, how's your life today?
True.
It's
Yeah, and it's great that you can ask, like, you feel more comfortable to ask for information or to.
oh, for sure.
Yeah, when you're at home on the chat, it's hard to talk to someone. Hey, can I ask you? The third 30 times I've been asking for questions, and
Yeah, so and sometimes it's on the chat is never it's gonna be the same thing as going like on real, like, hey, could you show me how to do this thing? And the guy is going there and just, hey, you just move around here and you see this, and you're like, oh my god, never saw this so in my life.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I don't know if no one ever knows all the pipeline.
Yeah.
Everyone knows a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and
no
together
one know. Yeah,
we
we're
can break
trying
everything.
trying to push everyone. Yeah, but then so let's go back to just after then. So you were in this last opportunity, and then after that you start to build up into your next opportunity. But how did that happen?
Yeah, well, when I was, so as I was saying, I was working on this as a character artist on this small studio, and I was still working on my personal projects and applying everywhere not, but in the best studios that I wanted to work on.
Yeah,
I had like a short list of the best studios. I was like, okay, this is the dream jobs, and I want to work on these ones. I want to focus on that. I focus on the project that they wanted to see on our demo reel.
yeah.
And after that, I was applying, and finally I got like an answer from Method Studio. At the time, was one of the biggest studios here. It was like amazing before being bought by Framestore.
Yeah, true.
And it was amazing. And was when I got the Method, was already happy to be there as a model and texture artist.
Yeah,
And I didn't expected anything big as a first project.
yeah.
And they just throw me in my lap, like, look, you're gonna work on a Marvel movie. And I was like, oh my god,
yeah.
okay, I achieved it.
Yeah,
That's it.
now we made it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when
cool.
you finally realized that you achieved like a really good thing. I almost cried when I was oh my god.
Oh my god, dream come true after
Yeah.
all the
It was
suffering.
like almost 2 years, like working hard on the from getting on at VFS until you get your first project, that your dream job. It was really hard,
Yeah.
and when you get it, it's like you feel like really
Huge.
great.
Huge achievement. Congratulations, man. You made it.
To both of us. Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, so then I think this is a good point where we can check portfolio
yeah.
and we can talk about like the project we did in VFS,
Mhm.
and then and get to the point where we are. We just double check if everything is good there. Good to go. We are surviving. And there you go. All right, so here we are. The portfolio, the whole production of your artistic career. And so as we were saying, let's check the Overthrown. That's what you told me, and that's what you left VFS with. So I don't know if that probably not gonna get. And the audio is a big part of it, right? But I can.
The audio design guy was amazing.
Yeah, but I can put it after on the.
Yeah, the editing.
The editing. Hearing the footsteps. That expression. How do you feel watching this again right now?
Yeah, I feel great. I know that it'd be like amazing. It'd be really good. It would be like something that people would be like stopping. I know until now. I know that VFS show my demo reel on their screens outside of the school.
It's still,
and this is like amazing to me.
yeah, because it has an epic feel, and I like this. This entrance is really good.
Yeah, we try to be like as close as we could to the design of the medieval, not doing anything too fancy. And we worked like pretty hard on the
camera shots.
On the shots so we did as much as we could, right? What we had on the hands at the time.
I remember.
Yeah. So
the stages. That's cool, man. And and all the assets. We can check it out. We can check out your asset. Then that might be a good point. Yeah. Oh no, this is the demo reel, right? We can.
Yeah, the demo reel. This is the breakdown.
The breakdown is this one.
Yeah.
So this is
the character
yourself?
That I did. Yeah, myself was the easiest option. Though. So at the time I was okay. Let's find what's the best option that I could find to have as a reference is the main thing that if you want to do a modeling texture. So whatever you find, like an asset that you want to do it, find the easiest thing, like something that you have forever. In my face, I think that would be like there forever.
Yeah, and you were able to achieve the likeness really well. Can definitely recognize it.
Yeah. And for doing this asset, I tried to do as much as I could to please the studio. So I worked using Substance. I used Mari as a texture.
That's good information.
And modeling, I did using Maya and ZBrush.
The grooming is really good.
Yeah, grooming was X-Gen.
Yeah, the armor is looking great as well. So that was all. The armor, was it Substance or was it?
Armor, all Substance.
And at the time, why did you choose Substance over Mari for the armor?
Yeah, I thought of dividing the two, like putting the face as a Mari and the armor as a Substance. I think would be like
so that you could get a little bit of the best of both worlds.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. And you started from the
Yeah, I started using a photogrammetry. I wanted to do it by hand, you know, the thing that everyone say that the true modeler have to start using a sphere.
yeah, start from the sphere.
But it's not what the studio does.
Yeah, no, it doesn't happen really often.
No, it doesn't happen that. So they would be pleased to see that, but I think they want to see it's. If you want, you can do what they are doing right now in the studio, and they do with photogrammetry.
If it looks good, and if you achieve however the methods you need to use to get to a great result, as long as you get there, I think that's what they're looking for as well.
Exactly.
And the whole set of maps, really good, really cool. This was what we spoke about in VFS.
Yep, this one is from VFS, and after the demo reel, we start the personal projects.
So which one would you like to check here?
So the engine, the yellow engine was the one that I think was the reason why I got hired at Method.
Oh, cool.
Was because I did exactly what they wanted. Like I didn't put any shots like crazy, like background stuff. They just want to see if I could do whatever it was on the reference.
Yeah.
Like, look, I want this to work on this asset. It should be doing exactly what it is on the reference. And yeah, there wasn't any artistic on this one. It was more like reproducing the real life.
And it's really interesting what you did here, because indeed even the bird.
Oh yeah.
the bird stuff here.
Everything I did, like looking, even these small cables that I have here, I put like the same white paint that they had there. The things from the birds.
That's so cool. And this is a engine that you found on the
Kitsilano on the Marine Museum.
The museum.
Yeah,
that's cool.
They have a huge submarine in front of it, and this engine is one of piece of this submarine.
That's cool. And so which one would you like to go next here?
Yeah, after that I did that while I was working on as a character artist, and these two next ones, it's this project that I work on as a character artist.
Yeah, that's what you did there on for the DAS studio.
Yep, they were asking for a lot of mercenary stuff that people was liking at the time to create their own characters, and they would buy these characters to do some stories. And I created a bunch of characters. Mainly was doing a bunch of clothings and some hairs as well. Everything was related. Was like a game AAA pipelines.
That's cool. And this was also the same.
Yep, it was the same
approach.
thing.
This is more clothing related. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
Like different variations. Cool, really interesting. And then the next one.
Yeah, the next one is a personal project that I was working on. At the time, I wanted to learn a little bit more about skiing, and I did a course from Chris Costa. Yeah.
The guy educated a lot of people in this industry.
It's a really fun guy.
Yeah, looking really good. Look at that.
Everything was done by hand, like these textures.
That's what he teaches, right? Like doing the textures, learning how to do the textures by hand.
Yeah, it's a very artistic approach. So he said, look, we can do it in work. We take the maps and we apply it, but let's try something that we can do it and relax and find something amusing and creating these textures on the cheek.
So doing like patch by patch of different types of skin or different pores and
whatever didn't work, just go back and apply a different type.
Did he teach about the hair as well?
Oh, he showed some stuff, but he goes really quick on the hair. He focuses more on the modeling and texturing of the asset.
Cool.
Because I think he doesn't like the
grooming
very much as well.
Yeah. Cool. And then we finally get to the studio work. So this is then this is already in Framestore or in Method Studios?
On Method, yeah. When I was working on Method, they gave me this small asset that was just one of these columns, and and since I started using working on this asset, they gave me another column, and they gave another one, and they started giving me like the floor. When I saw it, I did everything there is in the shot.
Oh, that's so cool. So most of the stuff on the background here,
everything that you see, that it's gold and marble, black marble, and all textured by me.
That's crazy, man. Look at that. Having most of
the window, everything was done by me. I was crazy.
That's amazing, man.
It was a great experience. I learned a lot. This is the kind of thing you have to create a template for the first asset and be very organized, because you can apply like this marble to other assets, the gold for the other assets, because if you don't, they're gonna be different colors, be different values on the roughness, and after that it's gonna be a mess for look depth.
You cannot be recreating the same, trying to create a new gold for
No.
everyone, right?
No, you should create this from the same template for everyone. And I didn't know at the time. I think Scott, I was like organized at the time. I wanted to show off my process to say, hey, look, I know how to do it, and I know how to be organized, and
That's really cool.
yeah,
And that's a Mari template?
yeah, it's a Mari template. Everything I did on Mari.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, and I got lucky, and they gave me this. The first one on the second asset was one of these characters. Was the Spartan.
Oh, cool. So one of these guys here.
Actually, all of them are the same. They're just variations that I did. Like one of them have like the spears, other ones have the sword,
Huh.
and all of them I did was by me too.
Man, that's amazing.
It was great. I'm really happy with that.
So ended up in this throne as well, no?
Yeah, the throne. Yeah,
You
I
did the
worked on
throne
this
as well?
throne. Yeah,
It's Caesar throne.
yeah.
That's
It's
funny.
fun. It was pretty fun. It was great, but I think the look depth could be better.
The look depth could be better. Man,
Yeah.
this is something that I don't really understand to this day. Like, what is the difference between having your character texture painted and then when it gets to the look depth, what is the look depth doing?
Look depth is gonna pick your textures, and they're gonna put their what they think they should be looking like, looking to the reference that they have.
Okay.
At the time, I thought would be a little bit lighter the color, but I think they might be following the soup's lead or someone else to make it a different darker to pop up the character.
No,
Because they may be like thinking that if you put the throne the same colors as the character, will be like
disappear. You're gonna blend.
Yeah, it's gonna blend with the character.
So the thing is that the look depth is you get an asset that is already done,
Yeah.
but then you're adjusting like tonality and
Related to the reference they have and the lining as well.
okay, how it compares to the other characters, the
That's-
scene, how so that you kind of compositing of assets.
Exactly. They pick up the lining that they're gonna use on the shot, and they pick your maps from the texture, and they try to match with the reference. After that, they get some feedback with the soup and say, hey, we want a different approach on this asset because of this and that, and they change it with their thinking,
Yeah.
following what they wanted.
Yeah, cool.
On the core I created, since I was working a lot with gold, they thought that would be nice to me to work on masks for blood.
No, I see.
Yeah, so I got all this blood masks on Thor legs,
Oh, okay. So that's
on Korg
the
face.
spills. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was you as well.
No, this one I think was a different.
This was
artist.
probably on him. Or
Me was I did the back of the face. The face of Korg was done by a really good texture artist called Kendrick Cole.
Oh, okay.
But he left to work in a different studio, and they decided that there was a shot from behind of the mask,
Yeah.
and they gave me the asset to a texture on the back.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I can see that's really cool, man. It's gigantic step here. When you got to this point, it was a huge opportunity. And this one here is already a new project, right?
This is just
a recent
released the
one.
trailer from Netflix.
Yeah.
It was a really nice project.
What did you do here?
I textured all these assets you're gonna see. It's gonna be the airplane. There is a really
Motorcycle.
good shot from there. There's more assets. I just put it the one that there was on the trailer, so we could
Okay.
see something. The motorbikes, this truck, even the
Cool.
building. The building.
The building.
Yeah, this building is so beautiful. This van,
Oh, look at that! This is all CGI. Why not? Like,
if they're gonna explode.
yeah, they're not gonna waste entire vehicle.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool, man. Congratulations on the achievements, on the quality of work. This is all looking amazing.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
really excited with this movie. I wanna see it. It's like I think it's probably next month.
Yeah. So yeah, if for anyone watching, then if you wanna check out more of Daniel's work, it's Daniel Luna on ArtStation. You can see all of the projects and the breakdowns, and yeah, understand a little bit more of what it is to be coming from a school like Vancouver Film School, and how your demo reel can develop and improve over time.
Yep.
And getting to a point where you can work in the studio and then start to get all these projects coming in.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a roller coaster where it takes a while to get to the top, but then when you get to the studio, your portfolio starts to decay. No, I'm kidding. No, it's just like it's easier, right? In the sense of like it just starts to flow, and you don't need to push it anymore towards.
It's like people used to say, when you get in the industry, it's like an engine, right? You get like starting a project, and this project you start another one, and they all come into to your portfolio.
Yeah.
And you get experience. You start knowing people better and how this industry work. So you're more prepared to the next job and next task. And
yeah, you start to know a lot about pipeline. How was it to learn the pipeline of these places you worked in, like Method and Framestore?
Method wasn't that hard. They used to have a really simple pipeline. It was a little bit different how to publish stuff and how to gather the assets, but I think I got it like in less than 2 weeks. I think I got everything in 1 week, and the second week I did like a sample just to test if I really knew how what I was doing there. And after, I think the whole onboarding, it was like 2 weeks, and the second week, and the end of the second week I already had an asset in my hand.
I had everything in mind.
Yeah, and they already gave me like an asset to start working on.
Oh, that's great, man. Yeah, so fast.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah. And then was there any difference from Method to Framestore?
Yeah, it was a very very different pipeline. They have a very very restrict pipeline. If you don't follow exactly what they want, and it's the pipeline that gets stuck.
No.
Yeah, so the pipeline I had, I did the same thing. Since I already knew the Method pipeline would be like, it was a bit easier for someone that is already on the process.
Yeah.
Working there, and learning the pipeline for Framestore was a little bit easier for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. After that, as you know, I jumped from Method, was bought from Framestore.
Yeah.
So I got my contract renewed
You
as a
transitioned.
Framestore.
Yeah. Transitioned to Framestore, and that's where you are. And to this point, now you are a staff member.
Yep, I got a staff member this year. Was a good thing because recently we got like a bunch of layoffs. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always in this industry. It's always hard to, it's very competitive, and also there's a lot of ups and downs, right? We've seen that with first there's the annual fluctuation of work, because there's the periods where they get more work to do. They have like more movies coming and being shot. Exactly. And then there's also we have the pandemics that was a gigantic fluctuation of jobs, and then how do you see the entertainment demand? Do you think that since we came here, say 5 years ago when we were in Brazil, do you feel like people like to watch less movies, more movies? How does streaming platforms change the landscape?
Yeah, no. I think this is the kind of thing that it's never gonna be stopped. It's like the entertainment business of movies. It's like something that is never gonna stop and never gonna get less. It's always gonna get more and more.
Yeah.
And they're gonna change, of course. Before that, we used to watch way more movies than TV shows,
Yeah.
and now it's different. It's more TV shows
Now
than
it's the-
movies. And yeah, I think this is the kind of industry that it's always gonna be growing.
Yeah, yeah. There's always new stuff coming out, and
Mhm.
but yeah, I agree with you. I think it's if you have like a huge partner
Hope
here.
it's not here.
Yeah, is it anyone here? But so the industry is all like people wanna watch the well, we gotta point it out. We got our wives coming in. This is a family house essentially. It's a podcast being done on a home studio. But yeah, so the people want to watch, and there's always new stuff coming out. People
Yeah.
want to keep like if it's not movies, it's gonna be the cell phones, not the like social media and whatever other thing it
Yeah,
comes up.
they will always be having something related to that. If it's not a movie, they're gonna be released with new techniques on visual effects. It's gonna be something like I don't know. It's gonna be a TV show, and after that, it's gonna be something smaller than a TV show.
Yeah, yeah, and the streaming platforms created it. Like I don't know if in the beginning we thought it was gonna be taking away opportunities, but it ended up bringing more because there's
Way
a lot
more.
because there's a lot of productions that are just for Netflix or
Yeah.
in ILM we have a lot of Apple TV stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's I don't know if we do anything for Amazon, but there's most of the stuff like one or two movies are like movie like cinema stuff, and then there's all this streaming platforms movie.
Yeah.
So it's great. It was great,
It's
right?
great. No, I started working on a Marvel, and after that, I worked on was Netflix. After that, I went to Apple. So the thing is, they always have the client.
Yeah,
The clients are always demanding more. They always are gonna have more shows. It may have some bumps here and there. They always have. But I think this kind of industry, that's never gonna stop. Maybe can be changed a little
A
bit
hiccup
about
a
some
little bit,
stuff. As I said, it's always gonna have a bump. It's like
yeah.
AI is here, so it's gonna change a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's still gonna have something to work on.
Perfect. You just gave the perfect leeway here to start this topic. So now that you call it in, you gotta talk about it. So how then like this whole change in landscape and in perspective with AI coming into the field, how do you see that impacting your work and is it going to increase the amount of jobs, decrease the amount of jobs, or is it going to make your life easier, harder?
I think AI is coming just to make our life easier. I'm gonna give you like an example. It's gonna be one site that we've been studying to use in the pipeline. It would be the with Poly.
Yeah.
It's the kind of website that you can create with some prompts. You can create the texture.
Yeah.
So this is crazy good. It's
Yeah.
gonna be way better than you going to the website and look. I want to look for a grunge mask. They're never gonna find exactly what you want. But with this AI website, you can create a very different, and it's never gonna be the same as the other ones. You know?
And you can be specific. You can add like details, like
Exactly.
I want a stone with lime with pieces of concrete, and
Exactly.
does it give you with all those different maps, like the normal
Yeah.
map, etc.
It
Rough
gave
map.
you with the AO, with I think I don't remember if it's bump or normal, the albedo and roughness. Yeah, the basic stuff.
All of them being generated on the fly.
Yeah. At the moment, they don't have like a very good definition, but they started already really good, and I believe that it's something that we definitely gonna use something in the future.
Yeah.
And it's not just this website. It's a bunch of them that you could use to improve your
Yeah.
job and you do your life easier.
Yeah.
So AI is gonna be a tool. It's
Yeah.
something that to use, not to be used.
Yeah, it's
know?
not gonna use you. It's
Yeah.
gonna be the other way around. Well, we hope so,
Hope so.
right? Yeah, we hope so. Let's see how long that dream lasts.
Yeah.
But I agree. I agree. And it's what we're talking about. Like you have the streaming platforms and all these different kinds of platforms that in the past, let's say television would be a lower quality than movies, right?
Yeah.
But now with the advancement of technology, you have you are able to create better quality for TV as well, right?
Yeah.
And then you're able to have high quality movies and high quality television or streaming, right?
Mhm.
So maybe in the future everything's gonna be high quality. Like if you want to create something in your house, like in your personal
So,
project.
Yeah, you have a content creator on your YouTube channel, and
Yes,
you want to create
exactly.
something crazy. They already even have it. There is like a website called Dynamic something, I don't remember. They can just from your face they can create a different character and they swap it with the movie that you just
Yeah.
uploaded. It's like pretty easy stuff.
Yeah, and that takes us also to the stock. Like, oh, how about the whole Unreal Engine thing and
Yeah.
MetaHuman stuff? Are you messing up with this already? Are you planning on going to?
That's the thing that I want to really learn to work with Unreal. I think that there is like a really good chance that we stop, like have not stop, but we start working with really closer to Unreal to build our content for even for movies in the future. For sure, we already have been using
Yeah,
even Framestore, and I'm sure ILM, of course, ILM is using for
Yeah.
doing the
background stuff.
background stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and but is Framestore using for something already?
Oh yeah, they did already some short movies.
Oh, cool.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I can see how, like, especially now with this. I've seen the MetaHuman animated. Have you seen that?
Oh my god,
It's like
amazing.
just facial tracking, and before I felt like doing it with the cell phone, because that was the previous approach, right? Just
Mhm.
driving the face with the cell phone.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it looked really good with the cell phone. But now with the like recording your face and then reading the whole
Yeah.
the whole landmarks in your face. Now it's like prime.
Yeah.
Now it's really hard to even like. Why would you use something else? That's on my end, like doing facial rig and mostly on my personal projects. But yeah, start to think of why would you create another system, develop something else if like you could use an industry standard tool and
Yeah.
apply it to something else. This is already a change, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be a game changer, but they're gonna work. They're gonna be like people working with that, and not AI is not gonna be working by herself. Like
Yeah.
they're like doing everything that we do. Never.
It's gonna be always enhancing our work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope so. I don't see a way in which it could take over. Indeed, maybe. Yeah, if one person can start to do much more work than someone else, but still, I think you need people. I mean, there's no like you need people. How are you
people
gonna do?
they're always gonna be needed.
Yeah,
It's like
necessary.
whenever they created like a huge machine to build cars, they still have someone technician to be there and say
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
something right and wrong and fixing stuff.
Yeah, and you're not too much into games, right?
No, I'm not an expert, but of course I know a bit the basic of the gaming industry and the pipeline, but no, I'm not that great on
Yeah,
gaming.
you don't like to work with games, and so you like to play a little bit.
Yeah, I like to play. Yeah, it's hard not to.
Yeah.
It's they developed so much on on the quality
Yeah.
on the games that it's impossible not to like
Yeah.
it. It's like,
It's awesome, right? It didn't get the PlayStation 5 yet, right?
no, not yet. But I've been working since I have a good computer. It's like
It's
it's
all
still
right.
handle.
Yeah, it can still play well.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, and then from that, I think that the next thing is the next thing that have been talked about a lot is the VR headsets and how's that also going to impact the future of entertainment and games. You know, there are, but now they're talking about like the movies that you can watch also in VR and everything. But how do you see that? Do you think that VR is going to really take over, or how do you see that happening?
I believe it's gonna be the same thing as we see today as a 3D movie.
Yeah.
That you go there and you put the glasses, and if you don't want the 3D, there is an option of 2D. And I believe that in the future we're gonna have like, oh, there is a VR movie today. If you want to watch it, you can bring yours. I don't know. Oh, they will have like a bunch of them, and
that's interesting.
sit and.
Once like a Quest 2 becomes so cheap that
I hope so.
Yeah, so right now it's way too expensive. Oh, the Quest 2 not that much, but if you go for Quest Pro, but the Apple Vision Pro, my God, it's
possible.
Yeah, it's about like $3,500 US dollars is way too much, I guess.
Yeah.
But you see like that from the time you had a Quest 2, right?
Yeah, I did had the Quest 2, and I thought it was amazing. They have a bunch of good stuff, games really good.
Yeah.
They have like really good stuff to entertain you, and a lot of people was complaining that they were getting dizzy, you know, when they use it too much, and I was like, I didn't feel that. Maybe I didn't play that much.
Yeah.
I didn't play for a whole day, but for a couple of hours maybe. But I never had any problem with that.
But then you end up selling it anyways.
Yeah, I did, because since I wasn't using that much.
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see why it would be,
Yeah,
and I
fine.
thought it would be possible to be coming. The Pro was coming.
Yeah, so
and I thought, maybe I would buy the Pro, and okay, let's sell it before the Pro comes.
Yeah.
No?
You lose completely lost value.
Yeah, and it was like when I sold it was like 400, I think, and now the Pro is 1,200.
Yeah, it's when the time I bought it, I paid like 1,800 with taxes. Was 200, but then after they gave like a huge discount and it went down to this like 1,200, right?
Yeah.
Let's check here if everything's all right. Okay, so and then but do you see this becoming a tool, like a permanent tool of work in our work?
Oh, for sure.
Or do you think it's like not like necessary to use something like that?
Oh no, for sure. I'm sure that everyone is using already. Even in the production, I'm sure they're using it, because sometimes they want to see different kind of lighting on a set, and they just put the setup on the VR and give to the director, so he can see what they.
Oh, this is happening already?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, that's cool.
They are controlling all the assets, like where they want to the asset. They put a VR and they just mix with the controller.
So that's a really interesting point, because it could be kind of a look dev tool, right?
Yeah.
You can like check the set, see if everything is.
If the compositing of the scene is great, like they imagine. They just want to, I want to rock there, and they just pick up the controller and they put it
and change it.
Yeah. And
that's a really interesting.
With all this, they're gonna change even the lighting with the LEDs and lighting the scene properly with whatever they want to composite this scene.
That's really cool. Yeah, it's a good perspective, because I don't think I thought about this before, and it's a good visualization tool overall, right? Because you can really get into it and see the whole thing as it would be in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Or even for like, if you are working on a character and you want to see the proportions of it compared to either another character or the scene also, I think it's hard to gauge proportion from the computer, right? Just
Yeah.
sculpting or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting.
I think we're gonna be using it a lot, but I'm very I'm curious to know if one day we're gonna be using for work, because I don't think, even though right now it's great design, it's not the way it's not that bad, but still working with that all day would be like kind of annoying, right?
Yeah.
Imagine you're working by the side of your colleague and you. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think it's gonna be time that we're gonna say, "Hey, weird time."
That's cool. Yeah, and well, in terms of technology, do you see any softwares coming up, and do you see something that, because we always had Mari, that's more than 5 years old already, way much more than 5 years old. Substance also evolved a lot during this process. You see any new stuff coming up? Any?
Oh yeah, the softwares that I've been using mostly is Mari and Substance, and I know Substances have been developing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They're still not this. The thing is, Mari has some stuff that we need more than Substance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of working on the software is amazing for huge assets, and that's what we work on the movies.
Most of the time, yeah.
Most of the time. If it is small assets, Substance is way better, of course, because it's fast and so much better to create a material and mix it, bake it.
Yeah.
And the pipeline with it's way faster. But I'm sure that I think a mix of both would be like a better solution.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not sure how it's gonna end up with that. I hope I can see they working together someday.
Yeah, one buying the other. It's Mari is Autodesk, no? What is it?
It's a foundation. It's the same as Nuke and.
Oh yeah, true.
Katana.
Yeah, so maybe they will be bought by some of them eventually.
Yeah, I don't know. Adobe is pretty big, eh?
Yeah, Adobe is pretty big and it's growing, and especially now with the the AI stuff that they're investing with the like Photoshop having AI. Soon enough, it's gonna catch up to Substance.
True.
Imagine that, man. You just select a patch of the model you want, and then you tell them, give me like whatever type of texture, and then it like already.
Yeah, I totally believe that is gonna happen in the future, like in really, really near future.
Yeah, so that's gonna make it like so much faster to produce like assets. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Instead of like having to paint everything, like the AI is gonna figure out almost the whole asset.
Yeah, and they're gonna see like if there is any error and there is like something wrong on the UV, they might like just help you out and say, hey, there's something wrong with that. Do you wanna fix it?
Yeah. Wow, man! If AI could take UVs from us, I don't know you. I would definitely take. I know you like to organize your UVs. Texture artists usually do, right?
We normally like to do it, but we don't. We don't do it. Normally, who do it? It's the modelers.
The modelers.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
They are the ones that do it. We normally have like a chat if you want something different, if you want like a very specific orientation of the UVs to bake something or to project something. Sometimes it's better, if you want to, for example, a tree. If you want to follow the vines of the tree and it should be, the UVs should be set at like exactly in this position. So you can have like a better projection of the maps that you have.
Yeah, and that's a good perspective. So, like, let's see, right? With the evolution of movies, what's gonna be next is like is the future composed of. We have visitors now in the house, but we have Marvel taking over the whole landscape now. What's like? Well, we have. Like Oppenheimer coming up now, and no visual effects. They say like.
I don't know that. I'm sure they have something.
That's a little bit. It gotta be right.
I heard that they have a bunch of compositing, right?
Yeah.
I think they don't have 3D, but comp they have a bunch.
Yeah,
for sure.
Cool, and so that takes us to I think a closing argument. on your end, like telling which movies you like to work the most. Although we kind of went through it, but and you can like give a broad message to anyone listening, and then to be to have strength or be inspired to proceed on the path, and that's it.
Well, starting with the projects, well, all the projects that I work on was like amazing. I met a bunch of people and I learned a bunch of stuff. Every project is a different thing, and knowing a lot of good professional in the industry is the best. It's the best thing that I've seen. It's like meeting people. I'm really lucky to be here because the industry, they hire a bunch of people. They're crazy nice people. They don't hire, as people know, they don't hire like asshole people.
Yeah, yeah,
They hire like people that they're gonna be cool people. They're gonna do their job. They're gonna help out one another, and it's great to be working on. And well, the project that I worked was I'm really like to have like the supervisors and leads. I got the first one. I got like a really good supervisor, Matt, and I got Taylor as well, and a really good lead, Ron. Yeah, Ron. Yeah, he's right now in San Francisco. He's a pretty good guy. And well, as I'm saying, like all the projects, they have a really opportunity to find like really nice people, and you learn a lot.
yeah,
Every time you're gonna learn something new, and that it's gonna be like blowing your mind and change your perspective and change your way of approaching the assets in your work. It's gonna be like making everything easier.
mm-hmm.
And yeah, the future of this industry is gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you wanna follow this this
path.
this path of working on the VFX industry,
Yeah,
try to focus on one thing that they hire,
yeah,
and that's it. Like that's the best thing you can do it. The rest is it's not in your hands. It's gonna be like the amount of projects that they have on their hands to so they can hire more people or not.
yeah,
And if I don't know if you got if you wanna get hired right now, it's gonna be hard because there is a strike of writers or actors. There is always something happen.
yeah,
But projects sometimes they keep coming. It's like the kind of thing that it's always gonna be there. It's the visual effects industry.
yeah, yeah. And do you think it's worth it?
Oh, it's worth it. Yeah.
Or the sacrifice?
Oh, the sacrifice is worth it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the risks and leaving your family behind.
Oh yeah. It's the kind of thing I always wanted to leave.
Living in another country.
Another country,
Yeah.
and live a different experience. Like had a different experience of life, you know. And yeah, man, I think it's not for everybody. It's the kind of thing that you have to think for yourself and say, hey, is the kind of thing I wanted. Do I live like far away from my family, the whole family? I'm from Brazil, and we are very warm people, and we like our family. But I wanted to come to achieve something here, and being here, I'm doing it.
Yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Yeah. If you have this target in your mind of you want to achieve something like great like this, of working on a movie that is gonna be on all over the world,
Influence a lot of people, generations sometimes, right?
Exactly. You're gonna be a piece of the puzzle that create like for all minds, like building like I don't know, visual incredible visual effects that people are gonna be like amazed.
Yeah. That's so cool. That's a very, very good message, man. Yeah, it's a hard path, but it's an interesting experience and a very unique experience for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I think that concludes. Then, thank you so much,
Oh.
man, for sharing all this knowledge.
Sorry, it was a long talk, eh?
No, that's so good, man. This is that's how podcasts go, I guess. It would be worse if it was like a 15 minutes podcast. It'd be like, oh man. No, we did good. So yeah,
Good.
that's cool. Thank you so much for
Thanks for having me.
coming up all the way to Langley.
Yeah.
And we're gonna continue to talk as usual. All right,
All right.
that's it. And cut.
Acho que deve estar desse lado aqui.